Thank you for joining me today here on Sword Shield 777. I pray that this message reaches the people that need to hear it. We build monuments to great moments and great people, lest we forget, is etched on the bronze plates of more than one statue. But monuments are more than just memory aids. In building them, we want, above all, to glorify something. We want to honor a person or idolize an event. Shortly after the flood, God made a covenant or argument with Noah and his descendants. But soon the people forgot God, his goodness, his deliverance, his judgment, and his promise. And they became impressed with themselves so much that they decided to erect a monument to themselves. They built their tower to glorify their greatness. It became instead a memorial to their or our greatest foolishness, human arrogance. We can learn several lessons in this passage. 1. God is good and merciful to us. 2. God is greater than we are. 3. All humans are connected by sin. The people in this story built the Tower of Babel for the whole world to see. Genesis chapter 11 verses 3 through 4. This tower was most likely a ziggurat, a common structure in Babylonia at the time. Usually built as temples, ziggurats look like pyramids with steps or ramps leading up the sides. Standing as high as 300 feet and often just as wide, a ziggurat would stand out as the focal point of a city. Today, people may not build statues, temples, or pyramids, but they still erect monuments, achievements, expensive clothes, big houses, fancy cars, important jobs, to call attention to themselves. When used to give personal identity and self-worth, these otherwise worthy pursuits take God's place. God gives us freedom to develop in many areas, but not the freedom to replace Him. Check out the attitudes of the builders in this story and consider any towers that you may be building. Tear down anything that stands in God's place. I'm going to be reading Genesis chapter 9 verse 1. Then God blessed Noah and his sons and told them, "Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth." Going to be reading Genesis chapter 11 verses 1 through 9. At one time, all the people of the world spoke the same language and used the same words. As the people migrated to the east, they found a plain in the land of Babylonia and settled there. They began saying to each other, "Let's make bricks and harden them with fire." In this region, bricks were used instead of stone, and tar was used for mortar. Then they said, "Come, let's build a great city for ourselves with a tower that reaches into the sky. This will make us famous and keep us from being scattered all over the world." But the Lord came down to look at the city and the tower the people were building. "Look," he said, "the people are united and they all speak the same language. After this, nothing they set out to do will be impossible for them. Come, let's go down and confuse the people with different languages. Then they won't be able to understand each other." In that way, the Lord scattered them all over the world, and they stopped building the city. That is why the city was called Babel, because that is where the Lord confused the people with different languages. In this way, He scattered them all over the world. I'm going to be reading Genesis chapter 11, verse 32. Terah lived for 205 years and died while still in Haran.